What's happening, everybody? It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m. BST, and I am your host. I'm a Ghostbuster, aka the GM of the XPN network, here for another episode of the XBL Party Podcast UK. We are now at episode 65, which is crazy to say how many episodes we're getting up to nowadays on these shows. As always, joined by some great panelists today. We have the balding bastard, the GTA Online loving, Marvel snapping, probably play some of the games that I can't think of, and I'm too busy laughing at the chat at the moment to think straight. BaldManGamer, how's it going, good sir?
Greetings and salutations to all.
And we're also joined by the VP of Bad Talent Relations, Sergeant Sentinel. How's it going?
I mean, it was better when I thought our guest was going to show up, but Jesus Christ, this guy. What the fuck?
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Now you've let us down.
I know. I got to fire these motherfuckers.
Delete.
We wish you luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah. Your pink slip will be coming for very soon for all of you guys, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So nothing's happened this week, so it's going to be a quick episode. There's no news at all. Big shout out though to Thimber for being a channel member for 6 months. I see him blasted on the screen, as well as Stubbs now for apparently being a member for 4 months. So congratulations to both you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. No, we're not naming Shane the guest in case he turns up. We don't want to be dicks.
Yeah.
Maybe someone's turned up. We never know. Like,
we're not going to be
us all the time, mate. We're used to it, and he's a panelist. So
right, we're not going to be dicks. This isn't a PlayStation podcast, so
it rhymes with half. And
anyway, let's get the all the housekeeping out of the way. So big shout out to all of our channel members. We've got Muppet, we've got Thimber, we've got UK Dazra, Slayer Exclusive Gaming, Darren, Matt Kelly, Shadowmore, Back from the Dead One, Paul AFC, BMG, Stubbs Gaming, Wandering Dutch, Sergeant Sentinel Gaming, Meisuko, and Donny from Pure Dead Gaming. Big thank you to everyone who is a channel member. If you are not a channel member, you can hit that join button down below for 99p a month. Gets you a whole host of awesome content, including emotes, a little channel member badge, and also exclusive video content. I put one up the other day. This week's member-only video is all about the lesser known 3D Resident Evil movie that came out in Japan only. So it's something different for you, something to watch for sort of like 20 minutes. You all know you want to do it. Shout out to chat. We got Stubbs, we got Thimber, we got Daz, we got Muppet. Sentinel's obviously here as well. Thank you guys for coming. Hit that like button down below and share this shit out on social. And also a huge thank you to anyone who listens on podcasting providers later on. And also a shout out to our episode sponsor, Digicon Events, who are a events organizer. Their next event is Out of This World in Sheffield in the UK on Sunday, October 22nd, 2023. It's a city centre-wide event. It's absolutely free. It's family-friendly. There's going to be like stalls, funfair rides, street performers, like entertainment, like cosplayers, movie props and vehicles and stuff like that. So bring your family down to that. You know you want to. And yeah, we'll keep an eye out on that soon. So let's jump straight into the topic, shall we? Because there's quite a few this week. BMG's been on it like a whippet getting all these things together. So we'll quickly talk about the big news, because literally that's what everyone's here for. We're getting a new Gex trilogy, or it's getting remastered at least. No, I'm only joking. It's clearly the whole FTC Xbox ABK thing. It's gone through a whole host of things. It's gone through court recently, and it's been dragging on till the end of time. It's finally the judge made the decision. This was against the what's the word for it, that the FTC were trying to put a block on, weren't they? They wanted something, and the name of it eludes me. So you guys are really helpful.
Injunction.
Yeah, they were trying to do the injunction. It bores me, literally. I apologize for anyone in chat who wanted me to be like, boom, let's go, boom, let's go. But honestly, it's the most boring, uninteresting thing I've ever heard in my life. It's dragged on for years. But basically, the judge sided with Microsoft and Activision, denied the injunction. The same day, the CMA came back to the table to do some discussions. So Xbox and the CMA have both applied to have the cat thing paused while they do some working on it. The FTC has now also filed to appeal this decision, and also the CMA has come out and said that if Xbox tries to like change the merger, that they'll have to go through an entire new investigation, and everyone else is just like, Jesus Christ, shoot me now. And the cutoff date, I think, is the 17th or 18th. So we're looking at sort of like Monday. The stock market is already putting in plans to remove Activision stocks as of Monday. They could technically close over the weekend on Monday. They could close it, say, fuck you, we'll take on the FTC. Now, the FTC have applied for an appeal. It hasn't been approved yet. It'll probably either get approved or denied probably tomorrow at some point. If it gets denied, I feel like they'll close straight up. If it gets approved, who knows? It's so fast moving every day. It just keeps getting weirder. More things keep popping off, and it's extremely difficult to keep on top of it all. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Have you guys been following it much?
I've just seen what's obviously it's been popping up on Twitter and things, but yeah, it's good that I think it was obvious that it was going to get FTC's injunction was going to get denied, which it was, because literally, as if you read Judge Corley's stuff, it pretty much says you're not looking at consumer, you're just using PlayStation as defense, and that's not who we're protecting here. I don't think the appeal, when the appeal's going to, it's going to get denied as well, so I don't think they're going to be an issue. So they could still close, because there's actually still this is just an injunction to stop them closing now, but the actual court case is later this year or in August or something. So if it goes to court and doesn't just get dropped completely, they could, if they won the actual court case, they would force them to have to actually sell off ABK, which we don't think is going to happen. Don't think it's going to get there. But it was the funny thing today is that Leah Khan, whatever she's called, she's been in front of the Senate today, and they have literally torn her a new arsehole, saying,
"Yeah, they've been very spicy."
Yeah, why? You know you're not going to win. Why are you wasting the money? You've made it personal. Oh, I'm doing it for this, and my people said we should do it. It's like, no. Clearly, you can see I ain't got a case. Why continue? Yeah, it was a bit sus. Literally an hour after the decision came out. Litigation's been paused by CMA and Microsoft. They put it to CAT, which is the tribunal side, to put it on pause for the moment until they can kind of work out a new deal. I don't think it's going to lead to a full on reinvestigation. I think they're just saying that it could lead it to that, but literally, if they just turn around and say, right, we'll cut the cloud gaming side of it from the UK until we can come to an agreement, then they would. But if it does go
apparently there's also a small divestiture been discussed and agreed upon. Apparently, this came from was it Forbes or one of those reputable sources?
The Verge, I think it was.
The Verge wasn't explained on or anything, and the only thing it can really affect is Cloud, because Cloud is the only thing they've got an issue with. I don't know, Stubbs, I don't know where you're getting these 20 billion fucking fine numbers from. They wouldn't do shit all, I don't think. I honestly, mate, if you think they're going to fine them 20 billion, that would get appealed and it would never get paid. So put the tinnies down, take the foil hat off, and go play games. Let's not talk about this too long, but it is funny. It's broke fucking so many Twitter fanboys. Like, some of them are deleting their accounts. It's great. It's great. I love it when people get so obsessed over fucking video games. I have all of them. I love my Xbox. I love my PlayStation. I love my Switch. I play on my PC. Well, I prefer Xbox, but god damn it, I would not be having a little hissy fit and like cry on like YouTube and Twitter like these guys. But I suppose when you dig that grave and you stand on that hill with that flag that says Xbox is a big L, all that shit for years and years just to get those sweet tasty clicks, it's all going to come crumbling down eventually.
The whole problem with Lena Khan, and a lot of people a lot of gamers only see what she's doing with Xbox, but this isn't the first case that she's brought in this poor of shape. There's been multiple cases before this. So she has a horrible track record to this point. She's a shithead. She doesn't really know what she's doing. It's like she doesn't know what she's doing to the point where she allowed her legal license, the license that allows her to practice any type of law in the United States, to completely just become expired. I mean, who does that? Who practicing law does that? If you have a lawyer that's doing that, they obviously don't know what the hell she's doing. So it's obvious that she doesn't know what she's doing, number one. Number two, she's blaming her staff. And it's like the quickest way to get ousted is to blame all of your people, not only privately but publicly. And she's doing this in front of the entire world, essentially. So there's a lot going wrong, not just with the Xbox and Activision Blizzard case, but it's before that even came up. She has a horrible track record, and Congress knows this. They earlier this week they were talking about she was not supplying evidence that they requested. They were going to hold her in contempt of court or contempt of Congress for it. So this ABK deal is just the tip of the iceberg as far as Lena Khan goes. I'd be willing to bet. I mean, I can pretty much call it right now. The appeal is not going to get approved, number one. Number two, this ABK deal is going to get passed with, of course, concessions or whatever to the CMA. They're going to work that out. But I think the CMA kind of looked at the FTC and Lena Khan as the big dog in the room. And now that big dog's getting whipped half to death, they're like, shit, maybe we need to work it out with Microsoft now that it's obvious FTC's not going to win. So I kind of feel like now that Lena Khan is being put through the ringer, and she's probably going to be fired before the end of this year. And, in the political world, they say resign, but bullshit. She got fired. So she's going to get fired, and I think this is going to get passed. The CMA and Microsoft will work something out. It might be behind closed doors, but they are going to work something out because FTC is no longer back in CMA because they got their own battles. And I think a whole bunch of people, because it's like people are looking at this the wrong way. It's like if it was PlayStation buying Activision Blizzard, you goddamn bet that no Call of Duty games ever again would be on an Xbox platform until 2250. They would have them on PlayStation only as long as they could. But Xbox is like, hey, we don't want to do that. And they're still fighting them. It's completely ridiculous and stupid. They're saying, hey, we want Call of Duty games on PlayStation. But people are acting, oh, they're going to take our games away. And it's like, shut the fuck up with that shit. It's like, that's not the case. They're telling you they want you to game on PlayStation. At this point, it's just that they don't want PlayStation to be paying to keep content off of Xbox. That's it. That's all it is.
The FTC have literally, they've notice of a motion now to the district court to try and block the Activision deal pending the appeals court ruling on whether to issue a stay. So they're like, no, you can't have the stay. And then they're like, well, we're appealing that, but now we're trying to block this deal because we're appealing. And I hope it all comes out. I hope they decide on this tomorrow because otherwise it's going to hold it up. It's coming. We're in the final stage one way or another. So I think they should just tell them to fuck off. And I bet I feel like that could go, but you never know. Americans, no offense, are stupid as fuck. We've seen it many a time. So,
Well, you know,
Who
and
knows?
I've said this before. I said you want to see the stupidest fucking Americans you can find. They all hold some type of public office. That's where they're at. They're all in politics, every single one of them. That's why everything's so jacked up, because you have the stupidest, lowest of the low people running the country, and it's absolutely ridiculous because the smart people are too smart for that shit, and they're instead working for these big tech corporations or whatever, making hundreds of millions of dollars because they're like, I don't want to mess with that shit, Yeah, but I mean, it's unfortunate. It makes us look like idiots to the rest of the world, but you're exactly right.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's baffling. I mean, Muppet, they voted for Trump, so I get you. Exactly, mate. I mean, exactly. We can't say anything. They've had a conservative government for way too long now, so who knows? I mean, we're just as bad. Look at the CMA with stupid decisions, but I feel like it's coming to a close. And the good news is, we may finally get Quake 4 on Game Pass and have
oh my god,
play it again. That's all I want. Bring us the Quake 4. That's what everyone's been waiting for. Quake 4.
And that little Quake 2, please. Quake 2, yes.
Yeah. Thimba has just let me know as well. Turkey has approved the deal. Not that anyone really cared, if they said yes or no. But hey, it's another update from the courts thing, so we may as well get it all out in the open. No, Stubbs, Trump's wasn't great. No, mate.
All right. Hold on, Ash. I got to go off on a little. It's real brief. Yeah. Okay, George W. Bush, he was a cokehead in college. He got elected because of his daddy. Barack Obama was elected because he was just black enough for the Democratic Party, but not too much so because they still have their problems. And this is speaking from an American who has voted for both Democrat and Republicans, okay? Trump was a moron. Biden shits himself in public. We haven't had a good president in fucking decades. So it's both sides of the aisle. They take the stupidest person they can find and they put it forward. From an American's perspective, again, I voted for both Democrats and Republicans. That's how it is. That's exactly how it is. So there you go.
I don't know anything you said there. I don't know if you said Trump was a small dick moron, or you were like, I love Trump. I'm not quite sure. You American.
He talks a lot of mess. Everybody believes him, and he's out there fundraising and shit. And it's like, come on, man.
When you talk to people that live in trailers, it's not hard. You just say, I'm going to make your life better.
Yeah.
No, it's not. We're not talking about US politics, Stubbs. Not today, mate. Oh God, I couldn't think of it worse. It's nearly as bad as talking about ABK deal.
But, you know what? It's like you want to go back politics 70 years. You got to go back 70 years to find a good U.S. president. Seriously, because since then they've been dog shit. Both sides, doesn't even matter.
Exactly. Anyway, we've got the boring shit topic. Let us know in chat if you want us to talk about it more, and we'll ignore you. Everyone is talking about it, and it's just boring. I don't want to cover the same thing everyone does, but I feel like maybe this time next week we may be closer to a close, or hell, they may have even closed it if it all goes a certain way. We don't know. Like say, the CMA doesn't normally back down like this and change the stance. So who knows? Could be worse though. They could have paid 35 grand to a minor for a wank. But let's get into what we've been playing. Sentinel, what you've been playing recently?
I mean, damn, I've been doing a lot of gaming reviews. So, I played City Limits. Yeah, I know. I gotta work on that. So I played Minute of Islands. I played City Limits. I played, I'm trying to think what I played where I wasn't doing a review for it. I did finish Far Cry 6, but that was last week, and I've kind of been, that meme where the guy is sitting on the little swing, and he's standing with his hands in his pockets trying to, figure out what he wants to do next. That's kind of where I was after Far Cry 6, because I was like, oh, it was a nice little thing, and now I'm not sure what I should play. But, I did go back to Grand Theft Auto 4, because I love Grand Theft Auto 4. I've been playing some of that. And been uploading, stuff to YouTube Shorts. That's been taking up a lot of my time, actually.
Also, Muppet saying 17, man. Don't make it better when a 65-year-old man is paying a 17-year-old boy for sort of Rudy pictures, whether the age of consent 16 or not. That's creepy. Would you want your kids, 16, 17-year-old kids, chatting to a 60-odd-year-old married man? I wouldn't.
No.
Not saying he's legally a nonce or anything like that, but it's just a creepy thing to do. And honestly, it was the one person out of all of the BBC I would not have expected to have done that. But now everyone's like kissing his ass and like, oh, he's got mental illness. No, he was fine doing it. It's just when he got caught, he was in that old chestnut. But we're not here to talk about nonsense in the BBC because we'd be here all day as well. And then the UK government. We're here to talk about games. So BMG, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been me Marvel snap. I always get a couple of games in a day because once you go with Marvel, there's no other rival. Best mobile game on the planet today. Everyone should be playing it. Only Finbar so far has out of the lot of you, so I'm quite disappointed. What else have I been playing? A bit more of The Witcher. Played a bit more on The Witcher. We had a game of Sea of Thieves. Me, you, Ash, and Fabio. So we had.
We did a live stream of it.
Yeah, Razza Hunt joined us as well. So we had,
and we did a Mermaid's Vault or whatever it's called. Mermaid's Hideout on Sea of Thieves.
I had no idea what we were doing. I just wanted to stab stuff and shoot stuff. Well, it was
Living
fun.
out the dream, huh? Living out the dream.
Yeah. And as always, as soon as we jump in, I run to the ship and set it off while everyone's still on the island, as we do. And today, we meant to play yesterday, but I fell asleep. But but today, just before the show, for about 40 minutes, me and Ash played some Grand Theft Auto Online, and it took a bit of time to actually end up on the same thing together. But got blew up a couple of times. Went for a ride in my flying car, my flying DeLorean, and police all over shot. And then we tried taking some guy out who literally
just shot us both.
Yeah,
but we will be doing a stream of that soon. We're going to do a team stream. We also have an XPN Network crew now, so you're welcome to all join. Just hit us up on the Discord, and I'll send you an invite.
Nice.
But so that is the sort of excitement that we've been up to as a group.
I try to get into GTA Online, but I get killed quick by like these motherfuckers on jet bikes and shit.
I ain't got a clue what's going on, mate. I started the game. It's like, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a businessman or a biker or something? And then I had to do this tutorial of like smuggling drugs and guns into my warehouse. I'm like, I just want to drive around with BMG and kill each other and kill other people stupidly. Yeah, but there's so much to it, but we're probably just going to have a laugh on it. We'll organise a stream soon. We were also talking about doing an Exo Primal stream because that is out tomorrow.
Ooh, yes.
Unfortunately, we won't be doing one tomorrow because me and BMG are on a Pure Dead Gaming. We're recording it tomorrow as guests, so that's tomorrow evening pretty much booked up for us. But maybe over the weekend, if we can organise a day or a time, we'll maybe play some Exo Primal together as well.
Wait. Isn't the Pure Dead Gaming, isn't that PlayStation?
Yeah, but hey.
Traitors.
You've been on it already.
Hey, we're not talking about me.
But quickly, what have I been playing? Vampire Survivors. After the other day when we were playing some stuff and chatting, I said, I need to play some Vampire Survivors, so I jumped into that. I've played a couple of hours of it. It's quite fun. I've been playing Crash Team Rumble over the last couple of days. Played it with Fabio last night because BMG were asleep. They've added a new character, Ripperoo, and it had like a limited time sort of mission tree to get a load of cosmetics and stuff for him. So I just sat and played that to get all them. And what else? I've been playing this an indie game called After Us. I'll be doing a review on it soon, but I need to just get a little bit further into it. And a whole host of other sort of games. But yeah, playing some cool stuff. Want to jump onto PSVR 2 soon. I haven't played it in about a week, so it's my aim to start playing it again as well. So, Finbar, you're welcome to join us on Exo Primal. I need to download Chivalry 2 still as well. But yeah, we've been playing all sorts, and we're trying to do more. group streams with the team and stuff like that. So
Nice.
After Us is a platformy game. I'm not that far in. I'm only about an hour into it. It's okay at the moment, Meisuko. It shows promise in some aspects, but then I look at the price of it and I feel like it should be better quality. It's a little rough around the edges, but I do like the environments and stuff like that. They're like post-apocalyptic and stuff. So I'll be doing a lot more on it once I've played a few. I'm aiming to play it over the weekend because it's not an extremely long game from what I've been told. Okay, let's jump into some of the news. So I will be doing a deals video like I've done the last couple of weeks. I haven't done it yet because there's a deal that runs out today and I was waiting to see if anything new replaced it. So I'll record it tomorrow and we'll go from there. Now, free play days. There's some good stuff on free play days this weekend. You've got Catan, Dragon Ball The Breakers, Assetto Corsa, Super Mega Baseball 4 and Serial Cleaner. So definitely check them out. I'm tempted to play Breakers. I picked it up for like a $5 recently, so I'm tempted to play that over the weekend. There might be some people playing, which is pretty cool. Right, let me just go through. So we've had loads of news come out these last few days in terms of games coming to Xbox, which is absolutely fantastic. So limited run. Those people that do like the very limited amount of games you can get, where they do them physically, are bringing out a whole host of games. They did a show, and a ton of games were announced for Xbox at this showcase. So some of them include RZ, the Jewel of Faramore, which looks quite good. There's Plumbers That Don't Wear Ties Definitive Edition. So it's a 3DO game, apparently. So that's pretty cool. Another Crusade, which is turn-based combat. And then one that I'm most looking forward to, Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection. I can hear myself talking. Can anyone else hear me talking twice? Chat, can you hear me talking twice? No. I can just hear myself. It's weird.
No, I don't think I can.
Mic's like reverbing or something. I don't know, but it's gone now. It's gone. That's good. Just chatting to myself, which is weird. But yeah, so the most interesting one, Jurassic Park remakes, the classics, not remakes, but the Jurassic Park Classic Collection coming this year. Now this adds a whole host of Jurassic Park classic games from the SNES and Game Boy. I'm disappointed it doesn't include the Mega Drive ones, which were by far the best Jurassic Park games. The Mega Drive one was amazing. It was like a side-scrolling shooter, and it was absolutely epic. There's also the Gex trilogy, like I mentioned earlier, which is going to be awesome. And also Clock Tower's coming in early 2024. And they also announced the Tomba re-release of Tomba 1 and 2, but that's not coming to Xbox, unfortunately, which sucks. Now, have you guys seen these? Are you interested in any of them, like the Jurassic Park and Gex and stuff like that? I mean, BMG, are you interested in playing them?
I'm all for the Jurassic Park. I remember playing them, obviously, many years ago, back on the Super Nintendo, and I love the original Jurassic Park games, and I'm glad that they're coming to console. It's nice to see these games that are no longer, never been able to play on modern consoles actually turn up. So I'm gutted that they haven't got the Lost World included in there, because that was quite fun, where you flip between playing.
The raptor and the bloke, wasn't it?
And the T-Rex as well. Yeah, it was for the PlayStation 2, was it, or 1?
Oh yeah, that was a
PS1.
PS1. But the Mega Drive one was the best. You could play as a raptor, you played as Grant, and it was amazing. Yeah, fantastic. Loved it. And
looking at the editions, though, if you there's like an £180 or $1 edition, but that gives you obviously the digital game for the console, but it also gives you the original Nintendo game cartridge in like a see-through amber casing and that, which looks really, really
Nice.
cool. But yeah, no, Jurassic Park by far. Gex is something I'm never really into. I was more of the James Pond guy.
They're also working on, this has been announced previously, that's why I didn't mention it, but a Gargoyles remaster as well.
Oh, yeah. I used to love that as a kid.
So,
I was obsessed with Gargoyles as a kid. I had all the figures and everything with the armor. Oh, I loved it.
I'm shocked so many of these are coming to Xbox because, like, limited run games usually ignore Xbox by far. Like, if you go on their shop and look for Xbox, you get like 3 things.
And that's it. Yeah.
Oh no,
there's
two. There's 2, and they are both things that are not out yet currently. You get the Castlevania Advanced Collection and the Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection. They're the only things physically on their website at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
but I'll be getting, because they can get in digital as well. You don't have to just get physical. You can get the digital versions.
Yeah, I'll be getting them digitally.
Oh, same here. I'll be all over that. I can't wait to dive back into that. The closest thing we got to Jurassic Park now is the Jurassic World Evolution 1 and 2 park builders, which are good. They are fun. Yes. They are fun.
They're not Operation Genesis, though. I would play that.
No, they're not.
Brought that out. They are nowhere near Operation Genesis amazing.
You are so spoiled. You should just play Turok and pretend it's Jurassic Park. That's what you should do.
Turok
Nobody likes that game.
What? That's just because you guys are uncultured. That's why. Turok is the shit.
It's like, I can't watch the Jurassic Park film, so I'll watch that new one called 65 Million Years with that Adam Driver in.
Yeah.
I still hold hope that they're going to bring out the Bill and Ted ones they brought out on PlayStation to the Xbox. That's what I want. The Bill and Ted's Excellent Retro Collection.
Bloody hell's coming back.
Yeah, they're not good games, but I want to own them for just owning sake.
You know what I want? I want that Indiana Jones Greatest Adventures that was on Super Nintendo. I want that on Xbox. That's what I want.
But they do limited runs sub because of the cost. They're also releasing these digitally as well. It's the same company releasing them digitally. So the only people that complain are physical collectors. So I don't do physical either, Finn, but I rarely buy anything physical. I only buy physical if it's no longer available digitally, like they've delisted it or something. And even then, I rarely do that. So,
yeah, I think the last physical game I bought, because I did get bought some PlayStation 5 games, which I played them and then traded them in. But the actual one I physically went out and bought myself was the Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, because I wanted the fake arm.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I bought it physically, because I wanted the arm.
Do you know what? Please tell me, chat, if this is you, why the fuck do you buy steelbooks? They are the most shit things to collect. 1, they don't say anything on the covers, are they? They're just a picture. 2, you've then got a plastic case as well you don't need. They're just pointless. Steelbooks are the crappiest collector's item I can ever think of in video games. So, I mean, I don't get the whole rush, like, oh my god, I bought it physically just so I could get a metal tin separate. I literally got a steelbook with my Pokemon game I bought ages ago, and I flogged it the other day for about £6 just for steelbook on its own. I've kept the game, but I've sold the steelbook for like £6. What is that about, you sad, weird freaks online? Just play the game. What's the point of it? What's the point?
Wow.
I'm sorry, guys, but it's true. Soz. Are you interested in any of those games, Sentinel?
Yes.
That's it. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in Tomba, though, and I'm so sad it's not coming to Xbox.
I mean, I guess I'm interested in, the Plumbers game, but not the sequel, Plumbers Without Pants. That's not my type of game, so no.
Oh, apparently we're only a week away from that Monkey Island expansion for Sea of Thieves. I didn't even realise it was so close.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, the Jurassic Park game, the Super Nintendo version, I like it a lot. I played it before. I had it whenever I had a Super Nintendo.
You weren't loved as a kid though, because you didn't have a Mega Drive, did you?
Nobody I know had a Mega Drive.
No, because none of you were loved by your parents.
No, you know what? One person I know had a Mega Drive, and they definitely were not loved by their parents. So
it didn't matter though, because they got a Mega Drive, so it's fine. Like,
yeah, but no one wanted to go to their house because they had a Mega Drive.
That's because you were all in denial because you all were stuck with SNESes.
Right. No, yeah, you cannot deny the greatness of the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's just phenomenal.
I'm happy to have any version, but the Mega Drive version is like totally different. So it always baffles me how they don't put Mega Drive. Maybe they just Sega charge a fortune for licensing or something.
Okay,
so the Mega Drive versions are the best. If you didn't have a Mega Drive, you were unloved by your parents. If they bought you a SNES, it was basically like child abuse. Like if you didn't get a Mega Drive and you got a SNES, because they're just not as good.
Did the Mega Drive have Conquest of the Crystal Palace?
No, probably not, but it sounds shit.
It's one of the greatest games. One of the greatest games ever made. You gotta look it up.
No.
I just seen Stubbs had just put it in chat because he asked and I didn't know, so he's looked up. Embracer Group actually own limited run games. I never knew that.
Yeah, so grab your limited runs while you can, because the way Embracer's going, they'll be very limited soon. Oh my god, yeah. Embracer bought them in the mass purchase of 2022 where they bought everything. I can see Embracer selling off a good chunk of their stuff in the next year.
I think they're going to have to. By the way,
they're just going to live off of Lord of the Rings. There's going to be like Lord of the Rings anime, movies, TV, cartoons. Everything's going to be Lord of the Rings because they need to get that money back. So
bath soap, bath towels. Yeah,
that's it. No, I don't. I think they only own it for like media purposes. Unfortunately,
they're gonna partner with like some of those Twitch streamers for the bathwater.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Gandalf.
Save our company. Next limited run session, it's just like comes with like bathwater from some random streamer who played this game while doing it.
Right, only 20% herpes.
And they'll be straight on to Kick because like Kick are throwing money out for that sort of content. So
right, yeah.
I'm throwing the spice out tonight.
Yep.
You do that, Fimber. You file it. I'll be a defendant for you or whatever it is. Right. I'll be on your team. Your Honor, this guy never had a Mega Drive as a child. They're like, throw that shit out. Like that's it.
He'll be like, but Your Honor, he knocked boots with my mom like 6 years ago, and the judge will be like, so what? That's good. I did too. Shit, what? Yeah. Just messing with you, Thimber. Don't get upset. Start fighting with Stubbs or anything, because I know you two were fighting yesterday on Twitter. Yep.
Isn't like the Sega Mega Drive, or wasn't it massive in Brazil? Like it only got discontinued in Brazil, the Sega Genesis, like the Mega Drive, this year, I believe. Like it's been still sold to this day and produced in Brazil till like 2023. And I'm sure Fabio was telling me he had like a version of it that you had like guitars and shit like that plugged in. We never got that over here. Like Brazil got like its own special version, and I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like it's like came with like built-in games and stuff like that. So
like Saudi Arabia still had PlayStation 2s in like 2016 and shit, 2018. I was like, Jesus, ridiculous.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Different countries get different stuff, I guess.
Yeah, clearly.
America get everything.
Oh, I wish we got everything. Japan gets a lot of stuff that America never gets.
A lot of great games. You never got the Zeebo.
Nope.
Not like you wanted the Zeebo. That was like was it Mexican or something like that? The Zeebo console, some weird country.
What was that console that we got here in the UK? And no, it was America, but I can't remember if it came out in the UK. And they set up a booth outside E3. Was it the Owie or the Ooey or something like that? Ouya died literally like 3 weeks later.
Well, it didn't matter though because they crowdfunded it all. So crazy. Oh man, you've put so much shit up about this FTC thing in our stuff.
That's only the bottom. That's or is it? Oh, it might.
Yeah,
be
because BMG put like 8 topics and they're all FTC. I know.
Hey, Black Panther. EA announced.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a second. We'll get to it. So this is
wait, hold on a second. They announced a Black Panther game. Are you serious? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can't wait.
Best news ever.
They've announced a Black Panther game, EA, and it's from their new studio, isn't it? I can't remember what the new studio's called, but they've basically set up a brand new studio to do this.
Oh Jesus!
Led
Mind
by
blown.
Kevin Stevens, who previously oversaw Monolith when it made Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's probably a long way away, but it includes veterans from franchises such as Halo, God of War, and Call of Duty. So it's now under a new internal studio called Cliffhanger Games.
Wow. So they have a Black Panther game in development as well as an Iron Man game.
Yep.
They're gonna blow my mind. I swear to God. This is crazy.
Both single player games. Both single player.
Oh
story
Jesus!
driven.
You gotta stop. I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm. EA is doing this stuff, and like 10 years ago they were doing the complete opposite. This is insane. I don't know. Like they woke up one day and decided to stop being dickheads. It's amazing.
And then Square Enix are gonna do a Captain America game live service.
Oh no, Square Enix, stay away from superhero games. Stay away. Especially since they sold off Eidos Montreal, which of course put out Guardians of the Galaxy. Very phenomenal.
Picked up Guardians at the last sale. It was on sale like last week, and I picked up a good discount online for a code.
Such a good game.
Yeah.
Have you played it yet?
I'm about halfway through it. I played about halfway through it on Game Pass, and I never finished it, so I was like, I'll pick it up now. So
Drax is my favourite. Drax just has the best lines in that game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I've always been partial to Rocket though. I like Rocket, because Rocket's like off the wall with the shit he says. You never know what he's gonna say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've still got because Guardians Galaxy 3 you can now buy digitally. It's out on like Amazon Prime but it comes to Disney Plus next month, so I can hang on another month to watch it.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Didn't it come out like a month ago?
Yeah. You can buy it now, or you can wait for another month for it to come onto Disney Plus. But it looks
I'm
good.
surprised they haven't put it onto Disney Plus as like a paid extra option, like for a month, like they've done with a few other games. So
films.
Yeah. They did it with
that was just while cinemas were shut.
I know, but if they're going to put it on like digital storefronts, put it on Disney Plus as a paid extra as well. Like they may as well. It's not going to.
Yeah, you would have thought, but hey, I can wait another month to watch it.
You know what? And I think that's the case with a lot that Disney puts out anymore. You know that people are like, I can wait a month. You look at Indiana Jones, people aren't like, oh, I'm gonna, I could kill someone to get in that theater. Now people are like, oh, I'll wait, until I watch it on TV, and
Yeah, but you don't want to get burnt because there's been so much bad. Like after the last Indiana Jones film, I wouldn't want to rush to see this new one. At least it sounds good compared. So,
UK Dazarus is exactly right. Fuck that torrent. That's right.
We don't condone piracy on this channel.
Arr.
Take your eye patches elsewhere officially.
Right.
But if you want to support the channel, you can buy cheap online game codes from our links on our website through Fanatical, which do like game bundles, and also Aniva, which do discounted codes. So buy through those links and support this channel. Every purchase helps.
Ash is like, we don't support piracy, but here's us playing Sea of Thieves. It's like, yeah, we get what you're saying.
Yes, have a good holiday as well, Stubbs. Off to Skeggy for a while. Enjoy. Can't go wrong with that. Right, so let's jump into some sad news. A study has revealed that 87% of classic games are completely unavailable that were released in the United States. So it basically classes them as critically endangered, which makes me laugh. So, an in-depth study published in partnership with Software Preservation Network and Video Game History Foundation, it reveals that just 13% of all games that released before 2010 are commercially or readily available today. So that means 87% of games you cannot buy new or digitally anymore. So that's crazy, if that's correct.
Right. You know what? I want to bring this up, though. How many of us back in the 80s and 90s when we didn't have much money are buying new games anyway? We're always buying them used from Blockbuster, and then you're selling them back, right? It's the same shit.
Yeah, but we're at this point now is why the fuck are these developers not releasing all these old games cheap on modern consoles? There's nothing, literally, they run on everything. Modern consoles are powerful enough, as we'll talk about in another topic in a minute, to run pretty much everything up to last gen, nearly.
Because they see someone selling a rare fucking golden NES cartridge on eBay for $800, and they're like, "Oh, you motherfuckers!"
Yeah, apparently it's some sort of outdated US copyright law that prevents libraries and organizations from easily preventing classic video games, as well as like the 3DS and Wii U digital storefronts being stuffed down and everything. And there's an ongoing debate to rewrite these laws. With a review being scheduled for 2024. So, yeah, basically, this is because like remasters and re-releases get fucked by this copyright law, and it's crazy. I mean, as a retro lover and also a preservationist lover, unfortunately, the only way to play a lot of classic games is on emulators. Like, literally, I mean, I don't condone piracy, like, but if there's no way to play like a good chunk of Nintendo games you cannot physically play, Sega Saturn games, there's a couple of games that are like $300 to $500 second hand. Fuck off, no one should pay that. Like, when you could release them, like if they re-release them cheap, people would buy them. Look at all these collections we've just had a like wank session of like half an hour ago, going, oh, Jurassic Park, ooh, this is coming, Gex is coming. We have all these like remasters and remakes and stuff. Yeah. There's got to be a way to do it. There should be a law saying you can't shut your online stores down. If you sell something to a client, a customer, you by law have to support and provide that service for life. That's what there should be, not fucking copyright laws.
Whoa, be careful, because we provide a service for members and subscribers, and we're going to be dead one day.
That's a monthly fee. We're not offering this is somewhat different. We're not providing like a game you buy as such, like a way to buy it. If YouTube shut down, we can't stop YouTube shutting down. That would be on YouTube basically. And yes, emulators are legal, but playing video games you don't own on them is not legal. So the emulating software itself is legal. The ROMs themselves are not. And even if you own a copy of the game, having a ROM of it isn't always legal either. It's a very grey place. Do you know what I mean?
Unless you're Nintendo, because Nintendo, you do anything but buy the game, they'll come for you. Them lawyers are ready.
Yeah, Nintendo, you sort of go, I wonder where I could play Pokemon. That like Pokemon Summit that's not been released in 10 years, and they telepathically know, and a fucking SWAT team come through your door and fucking have you and drag you away, and you're never seen again, because that's the Nintendo way. Honestly, like they literally shut their shops down every single generation, and there's like you're saying there, man, they're ripping you off in America. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on PlayStation 2, $380 on Amazon. You can buy that in the UK for like 10 quid. I'm not.
And you know what? Lie. It's like I bought that on sale at Toys R Us when it first came out for $20, and now look at it. It's ridiculous.
I mean, you can still get games cheap, but the problem is the big problem is dirty retro collecting resellers that have pushed the price up because it's crazy.
But they couldn't push that price up if you had PlayStation say, hey, you know what? This was available on their console, so now you can buy it for $20.
I do give you shit, Daz, but the fact that they're 400 quid, like no one wants to pay 400 quid for toilet paper. But if they want to, do you know what I mean? It's just crazy. And like, honestly, no, it's not always legal either. If you've backed up a copy, it's still not always legal. It's only legal in some situations. It's weird. It's proper weird. Nowadays, the world of copyright and stuff is just broken, and the whole system needs doing. But the fact, like they say, only that such a small amount of games can legally be bought and purchased nowadays is absolutely crazy. Like, honestly, absolutely crazy, and something needs to be done about it. So I mean, I'm all up for them. But even then, Nintendo are like, yes, we're letting you play these retro games, but you have to subscribe to our subscription to get it. So you have to pay forever to keep playing. If I want to keep playing Banjo 1 on Nintendo, I have to pay monthly, whereas on Xbox, I can just buy that one copy. But
I do want to say I understand why Nintendo is like this, because Atari almost, like 40 years ago, Atari almost killed the industry because of their fucking stupidity. So Nintendo, from that point on, controlled their IPs and they controlled what goes on their platform. And from that point, branched out to how they are now, where they're like, you can play these, but you have to go through us, because they want to control that. They want to control the quality. And yeah, it's not right, them making so much damn money, but they kind of went from the whole quality assurance point and used it to make a lot more money. And of course, now they're in first place because of it.
Yeah. The thing is, Daz, what you're doing, no, because you can't just make a backup and play it, because a lot of them have laws, copyright laws now, where you cannot remove the your legal
you can play
right
it on the original copy.
On the original copy.
Yeah.
As soon as you back it up, it's now a copy of that. It doesn't matter whether, because you could then technically sell that ROM or give that ROM to someone else.
Yeah.
Even if you own a copy, and because your argument's like, well, I only play it on my own device digitally, but you're not playing it on the original device, so the license is therefore invalid, because unless you're playing the ROM on the console while having the physical disc next to it, no one does. You're playing it on a PC or something. It's so great. I mean, no one's going to hunt you down and kill you for it, but technically, they can then say, well, you've created an illegal copy of this game. It's a very, very weird grey. Like, you're not going to get done for it 90% of the time, but it's getting weirder and weirder out there in the land of copyright. But talking about emulation, apparently Xbox consoles can now once again run emulators in retail mode. I watched a video on this the other day. So there was you can play emulators, download them, stuff for like RetroArch and Dolphin emulator and stuff via the developer mode on your Xbox Series X and S consoles, and even Xbox One. But there was a time where you could download them on your retail mode, so just without having to pay the fee and flick your Xbox over, you could download them through the store. That got shut down very quickly and blocked, like very, very quickly. Even if you downloaded them previously, they deleted them off your console. I did, and literally they removed all traces from it from being installed on my device. And it's now apparently able again. A group of modders called U Weapons Store has found a way around it. However, it's locked behind their £2 a month Patreon, and if you stop paying for Patreon, you lose access to it and stuff like that. So this is going to get shut down so quick, because one, they're profiting off it, and two, who the fuck's going to pay £2 a month to play retro games? You may as well just pay the 15 quid fee. Do you know what I mean? And put it in developer mode. Yeah. But like I say, this is all highly illegal, because you can install the emulators, but you wouldn't be able to do anything with them without playing ROMs on them. But hey, yeah. Have you played any emulators on your consoles, guys, before we move on?
I've not. I didn't even know that you could put it in developer mode to do stuff. I didn't even know that was a thing. Didn't know you could pay to have it in that, if I'm honest.
I knew you could, but I was kind of like, I'm hesitant. I don't want to do something that's going to break my console or have them lock my account or some shit. So I'm like, I'll just play retro stuff on retro consoles.
Well, I was the same. I didn't want to mess around with developer mode, but I did get it when it was on the public. You could buy it. You could download it through the store. I
Right.
played the not Dreamcast. I played the GameCube emulator, and it worked great. Just as a test, I didn't play a lot of it. I just did it as a test, and you could even record it, which I thought was awesome. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I literally used it and it got blocked straight away, and I'm not that bothered. If I wanted to ever emulate something, I would do it on PC because you get a much better system. I do apologize, guys. The StreamYard is absolutely wrecking the video quality of this gameplay footage of Ni no Kuni. It's just probably my upload speed and stuff, but yeah. Daz, you don't even need emulator for Dreamcast. You just need the actual console and some CDs, and every single game's available to you on Dreamcast. I mean, no wonder I'm surprised the Dreamcast didn't sell so well. I mean, it probably sold no games, but the console sales should have been through the roof because you just burnt everything off.
It's just poor advertising on Sega's part,
Yeah, I would have leaked that. When the Dreamcast was dying, I would have leaked the shit out of that. It was so easy to play pirated games on it because it would have got a ton of sales. It might have saved the console as such, but I love that you can play unreleased games on the Dreamcast thanks to its DRM lackingness. Like you can play Half-Life, all sorts of cool stuff. There's like a Resident Evil Streets of Rage mod like game. That's awesome. So I highly recommend it. But yeah, let's keep going on to more.
Before we do, I've got to bounce, guys. Gotta go work. But enjoy the rest of the show, and I will catch up on the rest later.
Yeah, thanks for coming, mate. And we'll try and play some over the weekend and let people know about it.
Nice.
Definitely. All right, mate.
Enjoy work. Thanks for coming, guys.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. Don't worry, guys.
For those of you that don't know, BMG, he is a transporter. He wears the little suit and tie, and he drives a BMW. So, he's got to go to work.
Yeah. He's here with us in spirit, watching over.
Yep. For the rest of the podcast.
I'm looking at when we come back after the summer break, the countdown for 30 seconds. I want it to have be it all our heads.
Right.
Emotes bouncing around the screen as the 30 seconds counts down. I think that would be amazing. So
nice.
I've got to try and figure out how to do it. He's a driver, Thimber.
He delivers kilos of cocaine and stuff.
That's it. Yeah. If people want the coke, they ring him up and he transports it for them. I don't know what he does. He does some kind of driving job, and he works as and when people want. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, DVD logo style Misuko, but just our faces all over the screen. It'll be amazing. Halo 1's cut content is being restored with help from 343. So apparently 343 Industries are working with a group of modders to restore content cut from the original release of Halo Combat Evolved. Nice. Now, PC Games End spotted that the mod team Dig Site has been working with 343 for over a year, and they've been working with design production documents and stuff like that. And basically, apparently, the PC port was being worked on by Gearbox in 2003, and they made a load of stuff for it, textures and everything that were never used. So they're basically building a new map that would utilize all these new found items, basically.
Nice.
And also, the long-lost Macworld demo from 1999 is currently being worked on to be added into the Halo Master Chief Collection. And that was when it was planned to be a third-person exclusive Mac game as well. So it's amazing that 343 are working with modders in this way, and it reminds me of the Rare Replay when they keep adding to it, and it just shows you how good the Master Chief Collection has slowly but coming together. Basically, I mean, it was a mess at launch, But they're going to keep working on it, and there's more content to be shown off in the future as well. So I think that's fantastic. Like, this is the sort of retro sort of saving and everything I want to see.
So is this for PC and for Xbox, or just for PC?
It'll be for both if it's coming to Master Chief Collection.
Nice.
So
outstanding.
Who knows? But I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. And I saw an update they were doing. I can't remember exactly what it was, but the update looks really, really interesting. So I highly recommend people keep their eyes out for that.
Yeah, Timber's right. You know, Activision shutting down fan projects, but they're not the only developers that do that. Other developers do that too. It just depends if they have a good working relationship, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Bethesda actually supports some of those fan projects.
And then they hire the staff as well. They hired some of the people from, was it Fallout New York or London or something? They've just hired some more people.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. That's good crazy. Though, you know? That's good. They support their community.
They should. Honestly, though, they know how their bread's buttered. Like Skyrim and that would not have had the life it had if it wasn't for modders and stuff like that. So,
you know, I think that's what endears a lot of people to Bethesda, is that they do support their community, and they're happy that this community is happy with the games that they provide. You have some companies like Electronic Arts for a long time really didn't give a shit. And they were just like, oh, peasants, you know, but now they're more humbled. But it seems like a lot of these big companies, they just don't have that relationship, you know, with their fans.
No, I agree. I'm just having a quick look, seeing if there's much else. Like I say, other than the cool news we've said and the big news, there hasn't been a huge amount of like interest enough to talk about stuff this last week. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's. Yeah. I tell you what is good. They're bringing out survival mode for TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which is cool.
So you just fight through like a certain like number of waves or whatever it is.
It's called Dimension Shell Shock DLC. It's coming with a whole host of stuff, including I'm just having a quick look at it now. You go across different dimensions, basically fighting waves of people by the looks, and you level up and get stronger as you progress. So cool. I'm looking forward to that. And it's also got the new character in it. It's got like, is it Yojimbo or some of the rabbit ninja?
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head.
So I'm looking forward to that. That game is awesome. I bought that even though while it was on Game Pass. I went out and bought it. So they've done a fantastic job. That's what more video games should be like.
Yeah, unfortunately, Battletoads, it feels kind of like they missed the mark.
It should have had online multiplayer, and that's the big downside to that. It would have kept going. Like, I wanted to play it more, but it's a harder game, and it's a multiplayer game. It's built for multiplayer, and you couldn't play it. They released a game where you needed to sit around with a group of people during a time where you weren't allowed to sit around with a group of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it baffles me.
That's almost as crazy as GoldenEye not having any online multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. And you know what? It's like I played through a lot of the Battletoads campaign, but a lot of their jokes just don't really land. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just going to clear up a few and then we'll jump into 20 questions. Master Chief and the Arbiter are now available in Brawlhalla. I think we mentioned this a little bit back, but they are now available, so you can jump in and play that. It's like a 2D sort of arena fighter, if you're interested. And also, Sega is licensing an immensely popular IP for a new Web 3 game, which Web 3 just instantly makes my bollocks shrivel up inside because it just means blockchain. And normally that means shitty NFTs. But Line Next has announced that it'll be teaming up with Sega to license an immensely popular IP for its blockchain gaming platform, Game Dossi. Now, that could be a Sega IP, I assume. It's probably just going to be Sonic or some bollocks like that. NFT Sonic. Every time you jump, you have to pay 10 grand, but you own the fucking jump animation.
Wow.
But basically, this company creates NFT games. So
yeah, Timber, we mentioned the Black Panther game. We talked about it a little bit earlier.
But the good news is, it sounds like Sega's not wasting their time and effort on it. They're licensing it out, but still, it's still NFT shit. So
yeah, trying to get away from NFTs in gaming. We've had enough of that, I think.
Yeah, I'm sick of NFTs. No one cares. Like, blockchain can be used in a really good ways.
Yeah.
And it can be used for like in-game, like a way to differentiate ownership of games. Like, the blockchain could be used so you could share your digital, like swap your digital games with others. Like, I buy a game, I have that blockchain for it. I could then go, Sentinel, you can now own this game, and I give it to you. And that's a way to do digital licensing without any worry about like two copies being in the wild. But they don't want to do that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's there's not much to it. I like the way the Amico was going to use blockchain, if you ever actually were going to use it. But other than that, like I say, I have no use for any of it, basically. So
I'm sure it'll have some market or some intended market.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Before I go, I'm gonna rile up chat a bit. Because I've seen you arguing online. Xbox is rolling out some new voice reporting features to combat toxic players. Now, it's a new safety measure Microsoft's announced, which lets players capture clips of inappropriate voice activity, which can then be reported, basically. So you start using those slurs on people, you start being a bit of a dickhead, they can now report you, and you can save it for up to 24 hours, and you can then choose to delete it or upload it to the safety team. Now, it's not... Is it getting fully rolled out?
I know that it's something I think that they're talking about. It's still in the planning stages. And it's kind of something. It's like if you go into Call of Duty or something, and you hear rich white boys who think they're beyond reach using racial expletives just because they can. I could completely understand reporting stuff like that, because we don't need to hear that stuff. But like minor things, like you call someone a dickhead or something, and it's like reporting that type of stuff, and then they get a 7-day ban or something, it's uncalled for. So it's kind of like, in my opinion, it's a very fine line they got to walk. And even 60 seconds of context isn't going to let you know, hey, this guy was being a dickhead the entire match.
I agree. I feel like if it was, if it's just literally someone saying certain like slur words and like really horrendous shit, or like something like that, then fine. But yeah, like some of the shit we say to each other when we're playing, people, if you click that to 60 seconds, we would think we were evil. But we're not. We're doing it in a jokey way.
Right. But Xbox won't know that.
No, that's what I mean. That's why if it's going to work, I feel like it has to be limited to, like I say, extremes, like maybe talk of terrorism, stuff like that, rape and all that sort of stuff, racial slurs, transphobia, homophobia, all that sort of stuff. But
then you British guys are going to get in trouble. Oh, I'm going outside for a fag. Oh, reported. Ploop. And it's like, no, it's like, it's a cigarette. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, do you know what I mean? Though it's a tale of two sides. I get why you would want to do that, because there's some fucking horrible people online that literally send you abuse and are just horrible, bullies, mean. But then, like I say, a lot of it is banter. And if you can't take a bit of banter, you shouldn't be online either. And a lot of these kids that are on shouldn't have headsets, shouldn't be playing. My son is 8, and he says people in his class play Fortnite all the time online. I'm like, well, you ain't fucking playing Fortnite online, mate. So
right.
Yeah. You can play Minecraft, mate.
Even in Minecraft, though, there are some kids that are saying
I don't let him play online. I don't let him play online. I keep that shit locked down. But
No, I get what you're saying though. It's like you gotta pick and choose, and a lot of this comes down to the parents, you know. And
Timber says it's for early or alpha users at the moment.
It is right now, but probably it's going to be instituted sometime within the next, I would say, 12 to 18 months, probably.
Probably. But yeah, we'd have no chance. We'd never get outdone. Like YouTube already hates us for swearing half at time, seal clubbing and stuff. Just remember, we ain't paid 35k for 17-year-old photos. Just saying. Just saying.
Right.
That's just saying that was literally nearly like a tenth of his wage for the year. I mean, that's a lot of money for a wank. Just saying.
Oh, Jesus.
Hugh, man. What are you doing, Hugh?
Wow.
Jesus Christ. You've let me down, Hugh. Anyone. I didn't think it were you, mate. After you announced the Queen died, mate. And all that time you were looking at 17-year-old boys in rundies. Just saying, it's a bit weird.
Oh, Jesus.
Stubbs has put they use automated eye to automatically do that in the future, probably. And then that's why I always say thank you and please and stuff when I talk to AI. If I speak to my Alexa, can you please? Ask Chat GPT or GPT to do you something, you say please.
You know what though?
It's like Journey to draw you a picture or something. You say please at the end because when they uprise, they'll remember that shit.
It's like I almost trust AI to listen to humans more than I do humans, because like they were listening to all the Connect stuff and they were like, no, our people aren't doing it. And then Xbox found out their third party was actually doing it when they weren't supposed to. And it's like, yep,
When Cybernet comes and it's like, mine. You called me a fag on Xbox. And they're like, no, I didn't. And the machine comes and shoots. I just went out for a fag. And it's like,
you said you kicked a TV. That was my brethren. Oh, shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Scary shit. Always be nice to your Alexas, guys. Have you not seen that South Park episode where she's mouthing at him? That's what happens. Talk bad to your Alexa, she gives you shit. Yeah. And you don't want to end up plugged in. Like, do you want to plug up your ass like Neo? No, you don't. You want to be the ones that they let live free. So
yeah, definitely. Oh.
Anyway, it's going to be a bit shorter today, mainly because there's a lack of us here. I thought about why don't we offer open 20 questions to the chat to help you, Sentinel.
Sure, that would work.
Just give me 2 seconds just to get the Wikipedia up for a game.
Okay, so the game has to have been purchased by more than 1,000 people. Don't make it some obscure, title that I have no idea
what do you mean? Pokemon Pinball was bought more than 1,000 people just because you never played it.
Yeah, right. How about no Nintendo titles or obscure Pokemon or Digimon titles? How about that?
That's no fun.
Because I'd never guess it. I could have 200 questions. I'd never guess it.
Right, go on then. I'm ready to go. So we're going to head over now to the 20 questions section of the show. This is where we do a little bit of fun at the end. You've got 20 questions to guess a game. I have chosen the game. It has to have been, like I say, not a sort of hidden gem. We've decided it has to be a bit more well-known. Sentinel can only ask yes or no questions. This time, no, it's normally with a group of them, but with your help, chat, you guys need to help him this time because he's alone. Admittedly, he can't do any worse than Fabio and BMG did the other day because, my God, that was terrible. I was literally banging my head against the table. I can only answer yes and no. You've got 19 questions, and the 20th one has to be the guess of the game, and you can only guess the game once. If you guess wrong, you have lost. Now, we did 100 questions on Tuesday's special show. We absolutely smashed it in about 46 questions or something like that. We steamrolled it because he made it too easy for us. So, and also, guys, if you want us to answer any questions before we go, stick some questions in the chat and we'll answer them after 20 questions as sort of like end of show sort of roundup as well, depending on how quick we get through 20 questions. But from that, you can't search on Google. You have to use your video game knowledge. I'll be a bit more helpful today, especially since you're on your own, Sentinel, and chat are normally useless. But yeah, go ahead, ask away.
All right.
I'll write it in the private chat as well, so you don't have to keep worrying.
All right, let me see. Is this game exclusive to one platform?
Is it exclusive to one platform? No, it is not. No.
Okay. Was it released from the PS3, Xbox 360 generation onward?
No.
Okay.
Just give me 2 seconds. I just want to double check somehow. Right, so I'm going to tell you this now. It was an exclusive at launch. It's no longer an exclusive. It is on multiple things. So
it was a timed exclusive.
As such, yes, it was available on what it released on one console. It's now been released on multiple things. You didn't ask that. You did say, "Is it available on?" But I feel like that you're going to put yourself in a corner otherwise. So
that does help. Was it released during the PlayStation 1 Nintendo 64 generation?
Yes.
Is it a Japanese developer?
Yes.
Does it involve zombies?
No.
Does it involve stealth?
No.
Okay.
I can't type. No, not stealth. Not PS3. That I've put released on PSX. That's just because I'm trying to shorthand because you kept fucking firing them at me.
Well, that's PSX. That is PS1. That's cool.
Yeah, not PS3. I mean that generation, but I'm trying to. And what was your first question? And it's originally exclusive to one platform. There you go. So that's 6. Have we got any questions in chat quickly? Fimba's put, is it multiplayer? Generation Meisuko, PS1 and N64 generation.
Yeah. Was it a sports game?
Not a sports game, no.
Okay. Was it a racing game?
Not a racing game. Not racing. Not sports. So for anyone, we'll quickly go back through that. So it was not released on the PS3. It was released during the PS1 N64 era. It's by a Japanese developer. It's not zombie related as such. It's not stealth related gameplay. It's not racing related. It's not sports related. And it's not zombie related at all. I don't know why I said as such. And it was exclusively released on one platform, but has since been released on multiple platforms.
Was it the first in the franchise?
No.
So it was not the first in the franchise.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm nearly put that in public chat. Not first in franchise.
Was the protagonist a female?
No.
Okay.
No, the main protagonist wasn't a female. There was females in it, but the main one is a male. Not main female. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're halfway there. You're on 10.
Is the perspective from top down?
I'm trying to think of how to describe this. Kind of. It's from a zoomed out sort of perspective. Like it's not proper top down.
Oh, I see.
But it's not like fixed behind a character or first person, if that makes sense.
Right.
That should help a little.
Did it involve stealing vehicles?
No.
Okay.
Masuko is asking a good question.
Is it in the Japanese RPG genre?
Yes. I'd love to see a Japanese RPG vehicle.
Is this game in the Final Fantasy franchise?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let me count what you're up to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Is Tifa in the game?
Which one's Tifa?
The one with black skirt, tank top.
Hang on. Final Fantasy Tifa. No, it's not the shit Final Fantasy.
Wow. Yeah.
You should get this now. There's not that many.
I didn't play any Final Fantasy games. So.
How many Final Fantasy games?
Well, and then it's like how many were actually on PlayStation. I know Final Fantasy VII was because I had a friend that bought a PlayStation just to play Final Fantasy VII. That's the only reason he bought it. So I'm like,
okay, so there were 12 core titles and spin-offs released for the PS1.
Oh, Jesus. The number
you could ask if it's mainline, or you could ask if it's a spin-off. I'm trying to help. I don't know why I'm helping you. But yeah.
The number of entry in the franchise, is it a prime number?
Prime number. No. Okay. Which doesn't help you anyway, because you'd already guessed Final Fantasy VII, and there isn't any others that were prime numbers released on the console. I don't think.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Come on, chat, help him out here. Is it pixelated? That's a good one there.
Again, I didn't play any of them. So
maybe they would know though.
Okay. Well, is it pixelated?
No.
So it's not pixelated.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Come on, guys, give him some questions about non-pixelated Final Fantasies on PS1.
The number of entry, was it an even number?
No.
So it's an odd number, chat. Let's go.
That's 18. You've got one question left.
It doesn't help that I never played Final Fantasy games.
There was 3 big Final Fantasy games released on PlayStation. One, I would say.
And
we're not on about the shit one. We've already ruled out the shit one.
Right, so it's not 7.
There you go.
Is it fantasy?
Yes, it's a fantasy game.
Okay, so my guess is Final Fantasy IX. There you
go. You got it.
Thank
right
you, Masuko. I appreciate it, buddy.
Question. You could have said, "Is it the best Final Fantasy?" And I said, "Yes." You could have cut all that out.
But again, I didn't play Final Fantasy, so I wouldn't know.
Oh.
Wow, Masuko helped me out. Thank you so much, Masuko.
Chat actually helped. Well done.
Outstanding.
Clap, clap.
Because I never would have guessed that.
But yeah, so that was 20 questions. Sentinel got it. It was Final Fantasy 1 on the PS1. It did obviously then come out to pretty much everything. It's on modern consoles. It's on mobile. It was on PC. Like everywhere. Last chance, guys. If you've got any questions you want to ask us that we'll answer, quickly put them in the chat and we will answer them before we go. If not, we'll call it a night. So if you have been watching, hit that like button. Thank you very much for everyone who's been in chat. Mesuko, Thimber, Daz, Muppet, Stubbs. Thanks to BMG for coming on. Hit that like button, share it out, hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, and also think about becoming a channel member for 99p to get loads of cool content. And I really recommend watching the Resident Evil video. I put up the Resident Evil Biohazard 4D Executor members only video. It's really cool. If you've never watched it before, check it out. So just a little summer, and I go over like the history of it and stuff like that briefly as well. Big thank you to everyone who listens to this at a later date as well. You guys absolutely rock. And yeah, we'll be back next week for the PSN Party Podcast on Tuesday at 8:30 BST. And we'll be back next Thursday, which is the 20th of July, 8 p.m. BST, for another episode of the XBL Party Podcast. And we have got an amazing guest next week. Is he definitely confirmed before I tell everyone?
Go ahead.
We have got Randall Thor 19 on the show next week. The man with a million, one half of the Xbox 2 Party Podcast. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to hosting a show with him on. So make sure you're here next Thursday for that. Glad you enjoyed it, Fimber. Oh, mate, I find some weird and wonderful video game stuff. I'm going to do some more like that, I think. So keep your eyes peeled for members' videos going forward. I've got loads of stuff like that. But yeah, that's next week. It's going to be good. Cannot wait for it. And then the week after is the last week of XBL Party Podcast UK and PSN Party Podcast before we go on our summer break. We'll still be here on the channel, but we're going to be doing like RPG sessions, live gaming sessions, more reviews, more content, more fun things over podcasts, unless something massive happens. Like if we finish up and then the week after they close ABK and there's loads of news, we'll maybe do a special. But the plan is we have like a month off to do more fun and gaming and stuff like that. And then we'll come back after the break with a whole change to the channel. It's going to be great. And we'll be revealing more about that in the future. But other than that, thank you, Sentinel, for joining us. Quickly tell everyone where they can find you.
I'm on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. It's SSG Sentinel. Pretty simple. And I am going to be doing some more gaming reviews for Ash for XBN Network.
He's lying. He's lying. He's telling Porkies.
Right.
He told me 3 weeks ago I'll have a pile of them done for you in 2 weeks. And he lies.
I did discover TikTok, and I have been putting a lot of content on TikTok also.
No excuse.
So
he's just used us as a leapfrog to greater things, and he's off now.
Right.
Just like Jinner. Oh. That's it. Terrible. Yeah. And BMG, tell people where they can find you. Oh, well, I am a BMG. I like to drive the car and I play the Marvel Snap. You can find me on Twitter. Is it BaldManGamer, BMGs?
Yeah,
you can find me something about being bald on the Twitter, and that's where you'll find me. And I play shit games. I play Marvel Snap. Whoa. No worries, mate. Thanks for coming, though. And you can find me on Twitter. I'm at _Ghostbuster with a 0 instead of an O. And on all of the XPN Network socials. So we're on Twitter, Twitch, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, all under XPN Network. And I'm pumping out content daily there for you guys. So yeah, any questions, anything you want to know, hit us up on there. And you can also join our Discord to continue the conversations. If you haven't got an invite already, just message us on Twitter or something and we will fire you a link over. No worries, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys.
Bye.